All right, people, it's the Buzz, y'all, your favorite entertainment show where we give you a recap of what trended on social media and in the entertainment scene over the week. I am your host, Makcit, and this is the Buzz, exclusive to Click Naija Radio. All right, I am excited to dish, so we'll just dive in. Hilarious stuff went down this week. I'll tell you that for free, but we will begin with updates. Now, last week we brought you the gist of Lil Nas X's Satan shoes, yes, which had a drop of human blood in it, right? You remember? Anyway, so recall that he was in a suit with Nike. Yep, that did happen. Well, Nike was suing him and the production company for copyright infringement. Well, Nike won, and the Satan shoes will be recalled and refunds given as part of Nike's settlement agreement. Now, the shoes which used Nike's Air Max 97 as a sample or a prototype as a base were not designed by Nike, hence the infringement suit. But yeah, people are now wondering that these are like collector's items, things that are unique, and they sold for like $1,000 each. So people are wondering, like, would everyone actually want to return these items? Some people might want to hold on to it and maybe sell it in the near future or something. But hey, that remains for Lil Nas X and his team to fix. All right. Now this week we lost two great men, a royal and a hip hop legend. Like these ones are like dear to my heart. Like it's so painful. So we have His Royal Highness Prince Philip, the Duke of Edinburgh, who passed away at the age of 99. Yeah, the news was made public via the royal family's Twitter handle and its official website, stating that His Royal Highness passed away peacefully in his Windsor residence. Last month, we brought you the news that he underwent procedure for an already existing heart condition. Now, the Duke of Edinburgh is the longest serving consort in British history, that is, the partner of the monarch, that's the king or queen. Some say she probably reigned this long because of his support and firm belief in the monarchy. Um, Prince Philip and the Queen had 4 children, 8 grandchildren, and 10 great grandchildren before his demise. The Queen is definitely saddened by this. And I mean, imagine being with somebody for over 70 years of your life, then all of a sudden they're no longer there. It's definitely sad. All right. And of course, like I said, hip hop legend Earl Simmons, widely known as DMX, also passed away this week after suffering a catastrophic heart attack that left him in a coma with little or no brain activity. He passed away on Friday, the 9th of April 2021. Now, the 50-year-old rapper and actor had been in and out of prison several times during his life. He had issues with substance abuse, like he was an addict. He was in and out of rehab as well. But he also enjoyed a successful rap career regardless. DMX is the only rapper to have his 5 albums hit #1 on the US music charts with a hip hop style that remains unique to this day. Among the countless tributes that poured in, Missy Elliott and a few others resonated, I'll say, with me anyway, particularly. So this at Ralph Level wrote, my father said that DMX is the embodiment of living a full life. He's been dirt poor and he's been a millionaire. He's been in prison and he's performed in front of 400,000 people. Yet every time you see him, he's happy as can be. There aren't any negative stories. All that to say, he never let his downs hinder him from getting up, and everybody should take a page out of his book. It was a blessing to watch him and his life progress throughout the years. I hope he's happy eternally. Missy Elliott was, even though you had battles, you touched so many through your music. And when you would pray, so many people felt that. This is heavy for the hip hop family, but your legacy lives on and your spirit. Continued prayers for X family and friends for strength and healing. All right, the tributes were massive. If you want to read some of them, you can just Google, search for DMX on Twitter, and you'll see the tributes from celebrities and individuals who met him, even people who worked in airports that just met him and he touched them in some way. Yeah, so yeah, that's it about that. But also, sadly, the news was announced today, 10th April 2021, that veteran Nollywood actor Bruno Obinna passed away after a prolonged battle with diabetes. The news was made public in a statement signed by the Director of Communications Actors Guild of Nigeria, AGN, Mona Lisa Chinda Coker. And to all those who have lost loved ones, I pray for peace for you, for comfort for you. All right, amen. Now to some of the hilarious things that happened this week. What will you do if in the middle of accepting an award, someone says you are single, so you can't be given that award? Like, who Who even does that? Anyway, it happened. Maybe not exactly like that, but something like that. Mrs. Sri Lanka, during the Mrs. Sri Lanka 2020 pageant, mid-crowning had the crown snatched roughly from her head, injuring her in the process because it was discovered that she was divorced. Now that this happened, the outgoing current Mrs. World, who was also the last reigning Mrs. Sri Lanka, was the one who snatched it and said, no, she cannot be Mrs. Sri Lanka because she's divorced. But it turns out she was only separated from her husband. She's still legally married to her husband. Besides, like, isn't this something that people should know about before you even go into such a competition that requires that you're married, you know? And even get to the point where she's now supposed to be crowned the winner, and then you say, no, you cannot crown her because she's married. Didn't you know about it beforehand? Anyway, so this happened, and the lady in question now, the lady whose crown was snatched, the snatcher rather, okay, the person whose crown was snatched, um happens is also suing the reigning Miss World now for assault, okay, and after the on-stage fracas. Now, the newly crowned Mrs. Sri Lanka, Pushpika De Silva, said she was willing to drop the charge against Caroline Jury, that is the snatcher, if she made a public apology. But Jury declined to do that, which people are now called that, okay, so her own Mrs. World title should be stripped of her for what she did to Mrs. Sri Lanka. So people, this is a warning, eh? When you hear that little voice in your head that says, what will happen if you remove this crown and run away? What will happen if you snatch this crown from my head? Don't listen to them. Village people, okay? Ignore them totally. All right, that is my advice for you. Now, moving on, Kim Kardashian West has joined her estranged husband on the billionaires list according to Forbes. Yay! All right, so the Keeping Up with the Kardashian star is now worth $1 billion, moving up from $780 million in October of 2020. This comes a year after her husband, rather estranged husband Kanye West, also made the list of world's billionaires worth $1.8 billion currently, with hopes that he might even go higher. Kim has two lucrative businesses, keeping Kim Kardashian West Beauty and Skims, that is the shapewear, formwear, which appeals to all skin types and all skin tones, yes. And she also gets cash from reality TV and endorsement deals and a number of smaller investments to thank for her status. Yes, thanks to all those things, she is now a billionaire. By the way, the divorce is still happening, guys. Sadly, it's still happening. Even though people are now calling that, like, why should Kim Kardashian be a billionaire? Why did they name her a billionaire? Like, dudes, come on, it's a fact. Why would you want to argue with a fact? Like, just pick your battles. This is not one of them. Okay, leave Kim alone. Now, moving on, Guinness World Record holder for the world's longest fingernails, Ayana Williams, has officially cut off her nails after measuring them one last time. All right. Now, the title holder, I mean, this is the first time the 2017 title holder is cutting her nails since the early 90s, making her nails almost 29 years old. Back when she was officially named and featured in Guinness World Records, her nails measured 18 feet, but she surpassed her own record just before she cut it, as her nails had reached 24 feet. But the current record for world's longest fingernails, is still held by Lee Redman, who started growing her own nails in 1979. Yes, that long. And her nails now measure 28 feet long. Anyway, Ayana's cut nails will now be preserved at the Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum in Orlando, Florida. I mean, very apt museum for these kind of things. And she's very pleased by this. Imagine if you were the one that a part of you, after working hard all the years to keep these nails, and you have to cut them off. It's not a waste. It's going to be preserved. Yes. Beautiful. Well, turns out her husband was actually the one who did everything for her in the past. But now, I guess it's his own turn to just chill and relax, okay? While he takes, or rather she takes care of him, right? Anyway, now to more hilarity. Someone has been piggybacking on Wizkid's success on streaming platforms. Wonder why? Well, an artist who goes by the name Wise Kid pulled a wise stunt by using a name similar to the Joro artist's own and having his songs and albums named after the artist as well. Like, or basically just uploading Wizkid songs under his own profile. So if you're searching for let's say if you're searching for Ginger, for instance, it might be Wise Kid's own you'll be playing and not the original Wizkid's own. So somehow the guy has been piggybacking on Wizkid and he has been making 30 million naira monthly from sharing Wizkid's streams. And then people are like, wow, so Wizkid would have been greater if this guy was not sharing his streams. That's not the point right now, okay? The point is that someone has been committing a crime, fraud in broad daylight. I mean, people are like wondering, so what's going to happen to this guy now? People are angry. People are like, he has to pay for this. Some people are not like, man, this guy, oh, gee, yeah, you're good, you're good. Like, why didn't I think of that? Anyway, what do you think about it? Do you see this as like smart move or just like dumb because he would have gotten caught at one point? What do you think? Anyway, so the guy went as far as copying Wizkid's IG name and making his Wise Kid Aya, while Wizkid's is Wizkid Ayo. Anyway, currently he has taken down his Twitter handle and changed his Instagram name to something else that doesn't matter. Yeah, but as it stands now, I'm sure people are gonna be looking for him. But anyway, we'll bring you the updates very soon. All right. Now, as we round up, just a bit of news here and there. Pasuma broke down in tears at his daughter's wedding. Aww. And a man somewhere in the world proposed to his girlfriend with 5 rings because he was like, I don't know which one she's gonna want. So like, here are 5 adorable blings, rocks for your finger to choose from. Yeah. And Rick Hassani turned down a fan who wanted to take him out on a date because he says he's toasting Jemima Osunde right now. Jemima, answer Rick, okay, so that we'll know if he's off the market or not. Okay, and then someone else is somewhere acquired a penthouse in London and is painting it pink. Copy that. I'm sure you can tell who that is. All right, guys, it's a wrap. Thank you for following the buzz. Keep it with me next Saturday on Click Naija Radio. We stream via www.clicknaija.net and we are Click Naija on all social media handles. Twitter is Click Naija1. All right, and I am Purple Diva on all handles. Purple Diva with 2 A's or 3 A's. Anyway, you can follow me and we'll talk some more. All right, I am Makcit Rindap. Over and out. To those people.